Yeah, not only was that, wasn't just the field goal, it was a 2-point field goal. 40-metre field goal to seal the deal for the Dolphins in extra time, 34 points to 32, which with that basically punctuates the season of the Warriors. Mitch Barnett, he had a penalty try, which I thought was fair. Did you see that, Brian?
I did see that, yeah. I think the hammer might have got there if
Nickaroom out of the way.
Yeah, so I think he just sort of eased up a little bit, but yeah, Nickaroom definitely grabbed him.
Yep.
So,
yep.
No arguments here. No arguments there.
No, Dylan Walker sin bin for the high shot. Where are the Dolphins at, Brian?
Oh, geez. If you had to ask me at half-time, I would have said, yep, they are legitimate. You're in the semi-finals. They've turned the corner, but for whatever reason, they sort of drop off. They drop off in the second half. They dropped off the second half of the season last year, and in the games this year, they sort of start off really well. I don't know, is that an aging roster or they look a little bit tired, but you got the Dragons making the 8, don't they? They've got an easy
I did. It's all balanced out because I had them beating Canterbury, not beating the Melbourne Storm. They've got it the other way around. I think they can. Tough.
Yeah, the Dolphins have got a pretty hard draw.
Yeah.
Pretty hard draw. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know about the roster.
Do you like Golden Point, by the way?
Yes, I love it.
No changes?
No changes.
No. Here's what Wayne Bennett had to say on Golden Point.
Yeah, well, we got a bit of luck today. We've probably been missing a bit in that situation. That's our third Golden Point game this year. And, we lost the other two, but we got this one, so.
Do you still take Golden Point?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I mean, we'd be, if you got a point for a draw, I mean, we'd be 1 point in front of where we are now. So I think, the disappointing thing for me with both teams put a lot of effort in the day. When you get to that place, both teams have played, with a lot of effort, and there's no reward. And it's, based on a dropout, really. That's what it gets down to, because 90% of the overtime scores are from dropouts. And I know it excites the fans, but I know the losing teams' fans aren't excited.
Okay, so what I do like about that, Brian, is quite often the whinging and complaining comes after a loss.
Yeah.
At least he's staying solid with his views after a win.
Yeah. No, I just think it's great. This is what we're in the entertainment business. I suppose if you're a player, you're happy with 1 point. But as a fan sitting there, you want to see an outcome.
Yeah.
And it is pretty good. I know we've got our issues with players offside sometimes and markers, all those blockers, but I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I hate the shootout, the field goal. I'm with Wayne there.
You want the try?
I want the try. Yeah, I want the try. You can have your field goals and they stand for 5 minutes each way, but as far as points are concerned, but you win it immediately with a try. That's my two bobs. Bulldogs 28 defeat the Dragons 10. Can they? Toby Sexton, there was talk last week around the Broncos potentially looking ahead for plans after Adam Reynolds. Can they do it? I just keep thinking, Brian, we've been saying this for a while.
Yep.
You just get to that better weather and just imagine a Sunday afternoon at Accor Stadium and the army of Bulldogs fans are there. Like it's a tsunami of fans. Like it is a big, and they've got players. Kickow's been there, Crichton's been there, Burton's been there. They can win the comp, in my view. They can. I'm not saying they will. They can.
Absolutely they can, because they've got, as we know, and I know we keep talking about their defence, but now it's their attack. Their last month of footy in attack has been very, very good. I know Jason Taylor is there, and he's been getting a lot of raps. And it's funny what confidence can do. They are just, and they're very tight. You can see they're quite a tight-knit team. We've seen upsets, like, West Tigers in 2005. Teams go on a bit of a run. I'm hoping that they can at least get to the prelim.
Top two defensive sides pretty much always win the comp. The best defensive team to this point after 20 games, Penrith Panthers, 324.
Yep. Second best.
The third best is the Sharks on 353.
Second best.
Second best, 3 points only behind Penrith.
Yeah. That Penrith club's good.
Yeah.
Obviously.
It's the formula. Like, Ciraldo clearly knows that formula so well.
Yep.
And the Dogs, it's not a coincidence. Coaching is so important.
You watch the third player in for the Penrith Panthers and now probably I haven't seen the Dogs do it as much. Watch how fast they sprint back. You have to be supremely fit.
Yep.
So they're making the tackle. It's usually the bloke on the legs.
Yep.
He gets up as fast as he can, and the two blokes control the speed of the ruck. But that bloke is back.
Yep.
When we used to play, it used to be called the dead man. So if you were the third man in, you would just sort of jog back in. If you were the A defender, you would tighten up.
Yep.
Which saved you energy. But what they're doing is third bloke's in there around the legs. He's off as fast as you've got to be so fit.
Okay, let me ask you this, Brian. So Melbourne Storm lead the charge. If Jerome Hughes was at the Panthers and Nathan Cleary was at the Storm, how big a difference is there between the pair? Where I'm getting to is Nathan Cleary is clearly the benchmark as a halfback. Most people accept that, right? But does he have more favours than Jerome Hughes?
What do you mean by favours?
Oh, well, Brian Tot or Dylan Edwards.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm not taking any kudos off him. I'm just saying that is the system better for what he has to deal with than what Jerome Hughes has to deal with.
Well, Jerome's had to do it a bit tougher this year with no Munster, but what we saw Nathan do 2 weeks ago and on the weekend.
Well, since he's been back, this is win-win-win.
Win-win-win and clutch.
Yeah.
Good question. That is a good one.
Okay, I've got another question for you, actually.
I like when you go down this avenue.
I'm going to fast track. This is a hypothetical. Let's scroll down to the Sharkies 44 over the Gold Coast Titans blot.
Yeah, didn't see that coming.
Now, twice, and we've said on this show before, Brian, it's not compulsory to have two halves.
Nope.
It's not. How often do you see teams who just find a way to pick a 6 and a 7? They'll bring someone up for reserve grade, which twice this year the Sharks have gone the Jack Gibson model. Let's just pick our best 17 players that we have at our disposal. They beat Melbourne in Melbourne with that, with Daniel Atkinson in that sort of quasi 6-7 role, and with Blake Brayley and Cam McGuinness. My hypothetical is this. Arguably the two best performances have been this quasi 7 forward team. If Nico Hines or Braden Trindle or both were available this week, and as a hypothetical, it was elimination final this week, your coach Fitzgibbon and Sharks fans, what would you do?
I've got two fit. I've got a Nico fit and a Braden fit.
Yep. And you've had your two best performances with this 7 forward model.
Mm. I'd keep Atkinson.
Atkinson's kicking game has been their best of the three.
Yeah, I'd keep Atkinson at 6.
Yep.
I'd keep Atkinson at 6, and I would have Nico at 7.
Not on the bench or?
No, I'd have Nico at
7.
But
it's a hard one, isn't it?
It is a hard one. But don't forget also...
Say 2 more weeks of this and they keep winning.
Well, if they keep... Yeah. Nico, if Nico's fit, you've got to have him in there. You've got to have him.
I get that. But it's...
Well, you'd have to say to Nico, you'd have to sit him down and go, now, Nico, this is what's been working for us. Are you able to adapt to the new way we play, the new style we play?
Yeah, it's a hard one.
They started so quick. It was, I mean, the Titans were dreadful in defence, especially on the edges. I don't know what was going on there.
Yeah.
But every forward of the Sharks, especially Toby Rudolph, young Jack Williams, that was the best game.
He was great, Jack Williams.
They were very good.
Yeah.
Just fast and powerful.
But what you get is you also get, like, if you've got Cam McGuinness and Brayley both there, you get a good defensive side.
Yep. And that shows.
It shows.
What was the score when they played Melbourne?
I think it was like 26-18 or something.
Okay.
Down there.
Yeah.
Down there. So I
The other thing too, Shug, the extra defence, cause it's so hard. You see when you got 12 men.
Yeah.
You can't. It's pretty much impossible for a side with 12 men to win a game. But when you've got those two guys, your McGuinness and Brayley, they are, as you mentioned, terrific defenders. So you effectively, you don't have a weak spot.
And also sharing the load, so they could chop and change between being in the middle or being out on the fringe. Both
and it was just
it
was a lot of catch and pass by him.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the game plan.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not clear cut, in my opinion. Who have they got this week? Let's have a quick look to see who they've got this week. They've got the Knights this week at home. Then they've got the Dragons. That'll be massive. That's down. I don't know why. This game in 2 weeks' time it's the Dragons taking on the Sharks at Wynn Stadium. Why do we ever allow that? It is a local derby. This game can only beat Cogra or in Cronulla, in my opinion. But we've so often, probably more so, been down to Wynn Stadium. I don't understand that. That's in a fortnight. Could be a massive game. 1300 01 1170. Other big games to talk about. I went to bed, Brian.
Yeah, so did I.
Panthers and Eels.
I went to bed. I had a pizza.
Yep.
And I went to bed.
Yeah, and they got it done. They did 3 tries or something in the last 7 minutes.
But I was cheering because we took the 16.5. I took Shawnee's lock of the week.
That's exactly right, which got up.
There was a bit of controversy. I was surprised they didn't go back to that last try. There was a bit of obstruction, I felt.
Oh, okay.
If it was closer to the line, this is where fans sort of get confused. If that was on the 10-metre line, that play they did,
yes,
it would definitely go to the
other right-hand side.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, probably right. Probably right. We'll get to the other games on the other side of this. It's a run home with Joel and Fletch. Plenty more still to come. Rightio, folks, in the ad break, we have gone through our ladder predictor. Brian, are you there yet? Are you there yet?
Brian is here and operating.
Have you got your ladder sorted yet?
Yep.
Okay, righto.
This is good. Listen, if you've got nothing better to do, go on to, I've never seen this before, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Go on to the NRL.com official site, go to ladder, click on ladder predictor, and you can just go to town.
I've done it as well while you're doing it. Let's just go through a couple of metrics.
Mm.
Who have you got as the minor premiers?
Panthers.
Me too.
Okay.
Me too. Panthers first, Storm second, Roosters third, Sharks fourth.
Correct.
Right. Fifth.
Seagulls.
Seagulls. Sixth.
Bulldogs.
Okay, we've got those around the other way. Seventh.
Dragons.
Yes, I've got them eighth. Who's your eighth?
Cowboys.
So we've got the same 8.
Just different
Yep.
versions.
Okay, now let's just scroll down the bottom of the table for me, Brian.
Zillion.
Who wins the wooden spoon?
Tigers.
Tigers.
Yeah.
I've got the Eels winning it.
Nah.
Nah?
You're off your head.
Okay, all right. We'll see.
You're off your lemon.
We'll see about that one, shall we?
This is fun.
It's fun. Check it out. And by the way, with Sportsbet, what are you really gambling with? You can also pick your 1 to 4 and your 5 to 8.
Is there a way we could do this at the start of the year?
Be a big job, though.
Yeah, I know. You're just guessing.
Yeah, I think it's there all year.
That's what I'm saying. Let's predict the whole year next year.
Okay.
And then we do these crows,
Yeah.
which we'll get to a bit later on. What's going on? What'd you say?
No.
What did he say?
What did he say, tourist? What did he say?
Tourist, tell me
Simplify your life.
I'm not simplifying my life. I just like to have these little games.
I'm shocked that you love this ladder predictor. I
Why?
thought, because you're not really a
Analytical type of gentleman.
no, not an analytical type of gentleman.
Fly
No.
by the seat
Yeah.
of my Jeff.
But that's
Vans.
why we've held it back on you. We thought it's only a short exercise. If we can just do 3 or 4 rounds with him.
Now let's do it next year.
Yep.
There might be a way to gamble on this.
There is a way to gamble on it.
What do you really gamble with? No, like a little side bet.
Oh, okay. All
Whoever gets closest.
Yeah,
I'm doing this next year.
You're doing it next week. We're going to get yours every week.
No, I'm talking about that's us. There's only 3 weeks to go.
So can I just ask,
You can ask whatever you want.
who have you got 9th?
9.
And how far are they missing out? So I've got the Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins.
Missing by 2.
Dolphins, they missed by 2.
Then who's 10th?
Knights.
Yeah, we've got very similar picks.
Then the Bronx.
So the Bronx just aren't going to get there. I've got the Bronx at least 6 points out of there. So they're Western Webb.
But I've got the Cowboys making it on 30 points.
Yeah, I've got them there on 32.
And your Dragons are on 30.
32 as well. 32 is the cutoff.
Because I've got Dolphins on. Okay, this is exciting.
It's exciting stuff. The NRL ladder predictor. That's what we've got there. 1300 01 1170. Other games we haven't got to yet, Brian. Seagulls 46 defeat the Raiders 24.
Yeah, Tommy, that's all I have to say. I know it's pretty obvious you need your best players, but geez.
He's a great dry tracker, isn't he?
Great dry tracker, and so's Lehigh Hopawata. He is the joker in the pack, as we like to say.
Well, last time the joker in the pack was Manly back in the day, it was his brother. Will Hopawata at the same age.
Yeah, no, but just his footy knowledge. And, those players, they always say, he just pops up at the right time. Well, it's not luck.
Just going back to your ladder predictor. So your week 1 finals would be Penrith versus Sharks.
Panthers versus the Sharks at Blue Bet.
Yep. Storm hosting the Roosters.
Storm hosting the Roosters.
You've got Manly running 5th,
Yep.
hosting the 8th place.
Cows,
Yep, and then you've got.
Bulldogs and Dragons.
Oh, that's the game we want, and that has to be Sunday, doesn't it?
Bulldogs and Dragons.
It has to be Sunday at Accor Stadium.
Oh, can we have it at Allianz?
We've both got. I've got them 5th and 8th. We've both got that game in week 1.
Will it be at Accor?
Oh, you'd cop at Allianz?
I'd cop Allianz.
It'd be at Accor because it'd be a Canterbury home game, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because they're finished higher. But
What's the crowd there? 60?
oh, let's not waste that.
Please, if anything happens, may that be around week 1 fixture.
And
Bulldogs.
if we can please get Ray Gunn
Yeah.
at halftime.
Oh, yes. Halftime of the grand final.
Halftime at with Justice Crew.
Just on the grand final, there's chat around the sprint coming back.
Yes.
There's chat around that.
I think it's not more. I think it's more than chat. I think it's official.
Good. What else would you like to see? Like a
I've told
longless
you.
ball kick? Like the shot put sort of measured like that?
Yep,
Like,
and I'd also like to see the ball machine for the fullbacks. Buzz.
Yeah.
But just put it on like hecko speed.
I'd rather see it for the front rowers.
Oh yeah.
The ball machine
Yeah.
for the front rowers.
Or for the coaches.
Yeah.
The coaches that aren't involved.
Imagine Desi under it.
the coaches that aren't involved. The ball machine on
Yeah.
on speed heckos and just like under lights. Ooh, that'd be awesome.
Oh, that'd be good.
I'd like to. Who we could see Adam O'Brien. He'd have
Yep.
to be. So the coaches would be Benji'd win it. Benji.
Yeah.
Oh, piss face.
Yeah, he'd be good.
Baz.
Yeah.
Des. Oh, there's some good. Webby.
Yeah.
Sticky. Oh, I need sticky. Oh, wouldn't that be good?
Oh.
How high do you reckon the ball would go up in metres? I'd say. I've got a
Off the
caller.
sticky?
Here. I've got a caller here.
Oh.
How sticky? You're there. So in metres, the machine would put the ball how high? 47 metres. That's higher than the roof. That's way higher than the roof.
Breaking news. The Penrith Panthers media release. The Penrith Panthers delighted to announce that Blaze Talangi has signed a 3-year deal with the club. The 19-year-old will join Panthers ahead of the... So is he there? Is he there, Brian, to be
6.
Jerome Luai?
Yep.
Wow. Scored a good try against the Panthers too on the weekend.
Is he a New South Welshman? Where's he born?
He represented New South Wales under 16s and 18, so I would suggest yes.
Let's take him.
Yep. Made his debut in round 3 of... Who's the front runner for this Rookie of the Year? He'd be there.
Lockie Galvin.
Galvin ahead of him.
Galvin can't win it, I don't think.
Oh, he can't.
It's suspension.
Suspension.
How many weeks did he get?
You know who's a chance? Big chance. Jack Bostock.
Oh, yeah.
Jack Bostock. If he qualifies, he's got to be a big chance.
Barnow reckons Ben Hornby, $1.01 under the high ball challenge.
Yeah, might be right.
Oh, Baz is pretty good. Baz has got big hands. big hands. No, very big hands. He does.
Blaze Talangi goes to Panthers. So too Isaiah Papali'i. 2 great signings. They lose Jerome Luai and Sunya Taruva.
Hang on, and Ivan Cleary still wants salary cap.
Well, Ivan was an old fullback.
Yeah, no, yeah, but he's not playing because he's a coaching.
Oh, of course, he'll be in the grand final.
You see what I'm saying here, and you were happy that the juniors, that Ivan come out saying they want dispensation, but now they've got Blaze and. Don't get me started.
It just shows how important the coaching is. Salary cap and the best teams still just keep getting it done. Newcastle Knights defeat the West Tigers 18. Fletcher Sharp, he's a fullback, but they're trying to accommodate both him and Kalen Ponga. 4 meat pies.
Very good. His third one was the Michael.
Yep.
When Kalen just kicked. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
There's a little bit of luck to it. He, so I can understand why they've kept him when Davey Armstrong was the flavour of the month a couple of months ago.
Yep, great week to be a Fletcher. Fletcher Myers got 2 as well for South Sydney and their game against the Melbourne Storm. What else happened over the weekend? Broncos and the Cowboys. So I was watching on the app. I was at a lunch, Brian, and it was 18-6 Cowboys or 18-12 Cowboys it might have been. Then it goes to 24-12. And then something happened. The try must have been taken off them. So it went back to 18-12. Forward pass.
I think it was a forward pass, wasn't it?
Well, no, it wouldn't have been. They can't rule on forward pass.
No, the referee pulled it back. I think it was Dearden made a break and threw it inside.
Oh, right.
And that would have made it, because...
Well, the app showed 24-12, and then it went back to 18-12.
Okay, sorry.
So it must have been a no try. And then the Broncos just went way over the top.
The first half, the Broncos couldn't get out of their own way. There was error after error. Whatever Kevy said to them at halftime worked. The Cowboys were back to their, bad habits in defence.
Hey, Brian, this as we go to this week,
Yeah.
so which is round 24 of the National Rugby League. So we've got 24, 25, 26, so four more rounds. Panthers take on the Melbourne Storm. We've got you covered there for SEN. So too the Seagulls and the Warriors. But aside from that, which game are you most looking forward to?
This weekend?
What's the biggest game out of these?
The biggest game, other than your top one, I'd say the Dogs and Dolphs.
Dogs and Dolphins in Bundaberg.
Yeah. I think that's other than Panthers and Storm. Thoughts? Where are you?
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
Yeah, this has got ramifications, as we like to say.
That's right. Dolphins are going to win that. They have to find a way to win that. They found a way against the Warriors, and we've got to find a way to get to the news because Tourist is going break. We're going to do that right now. The run home with Joel and Fletch. Plenty more to come, including your calls. 1300 01 1170. The run home. Thanks to Hyundai Tucson. Run out. It's on now. And don't miss out. T's and C's apply. And wherever you are, Bunnings Trade is here, right here to help.